Namaste, annyeonghaseyo. Hi guys, my name is Lucky. I'm sitting with such a young generation of India, so I'm very excited. Before we start, I would like to make request to all the people to be safe in this Corona times. Please wear your mask. We were wearing masks before we started the shoot. We took the temperature, we sanitized our hand, and we're trying to make sure everybody is safe in this Corona time. So please be safe. I would also like to mention the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has launched a Stay Strong campaign, and especially the Korean Embassy in India, they served over 4,000 hot meals to the needy people when India was under complete lockdown. So let's give them an applause for that. I would like to ask you to introduce yourself. Shall we start from this side?
My name is Nandini Vashish. I'm currently doing my undergrad in life science at Korea University, Seoul.
My name is Manisha Naskar. I'm here at Korea University doing my PhD.
My name is Piyusha and I'm from Mumbai, Maharashtra, and currently studying at EVA Women's University, International Development Corporation.
I'm Abhishek and I'm actually from Bihar, and I'm doing my PhD in International Relations in...
I'm Amrita from a village called Dhauleshwaram in Andhra Pradesh.
Wow.
Now I'm doing my masters from Samkyunkwan University in electrical and computer engineering.
I'm Arul Bagga. Basically, I am studying Korean at Konyang Dehakkyo right now, and I'll be studying physics.
My name is Kumkum. I finished my master's from Department of East Asian Studies. My major was International Relations.
First of all, thank you for inviting me here. I am Huntraj. In present, I am doing Masters in Korean Literature from Salman University. Basically, I belong to Bihar, India. Last year I came here. It's like a 1.5 year.
Just wanted to ask you, what do you think? What's the process of getting this scholarship?
For me, I think my study plan was quite kind of strong because I picked up on a story which was quite heating at the moment, like North Korea. I think that favored me a bit, and I also, apart from studies, I was indulged in paper presentation, internship, worked with a member of parliament. So those were kind of things I think which made my CV a bit strong than an average candidate. So I think that kind of favored me a bit.
It's quite interesting, you choose Korea for your further studies, and this scholarship program, we'll be talking more in detail later on. And I will request you to share your personal experience, because through you guys, the future students who want to come to Korea, they might get a better knowledge how to apply for this scholarship and pursue their studies in India. But just in case for the students who want to apply and want to get more details, you can always go in the website studyinkorea.go.kr to get specific details, how to apply and when to apply and where to apply. So I guess you can get updated on this site. Now you can apply from the embassy in September or Feb. Any idea on that?
If you want to apply for undergrad, you have to apply in September.
Okay.
If it's for graduate or PhD, it's February.
Okay.
October is the deadline,
Yeah.
and it starts in September.
So now we know where to apply. Now there is September and Feb. Depends on which program you want to apply. But again, you can get the details from the Korean Embassy and through their site studyinkorea.go.kr. Topic 3, it's the how do you explain topic? What's for the Indian students like?
We have the TOEFL or the IELTS. Topic is the test of proficiency in Korean.
Okay, and you have to apply for level 3.
Oh yeah, so there are like two topics, topic 1 and 2. In topic 1 you can get a level 1 or a 2, and in topic 2 you can get a 3, 4, 5 and 6.
Okay.
If you don't know any Korean at all, the minimum you need to get for most universities is a topic 3.
Okay.
But in the case of Samkyunkwan, you need to get a topic 4 before you go to your university.
Okay.
You have 1 year to achieve that, but let's say for example you don't. They put in a new rule wherein you can get away from the program, go back to your country, study, and if you get a topic 5, then you can come back and directly go to your university.
Just for our friends in India, I would like to mention every in September and late February, they have this graduate scholarship application which starts, like I mentioned, in Feb and Sep. And you can apply from the Korean Embassy in New Delhi or from the university you want to go from. You can apply for this scholarship through embassy, or you can directly apply to the university you want to study.
Yeah.
Two tracks, embassy
Yes.
track and
Embassy
university
track and
tracks.
university.
How many people apply from the embassy directly?
Embassy.
I think
All of the embassy.
Because it's better. You get more options
Yes.
per university.
It's major dependent. If you have to apply for certain majors, you can only do it through university track.
Yes.
Well,
Changing.
They keep changing.
It's already
Yeah.
interesting because everybody applied in different year. have this question from you to ask. Why you decided to come to Korea, not any part of in like US or UK? Why Korea?
I always wanted to like study abroad, and I came across this YouTube video of this Indian guy, and he was telling about his life in Korea. So I texted him on Instagram, what are the expenses, what is it like, and he told me about the scholarship.
Okay.
I looked up Korea, and it's a great country. There's no crime, minimum crime. So I was like, why not? Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
I love the Korean culture, I love the Korean society. The society is so different from India, and especially since I'd seen a few dramas, I always wanted to experience Korean culture at least for once, like travel here sometime.
I went to DU to study East Asian studies. So basically, they still teach about Korea, Japan, and China, and you can choose which country you want to major in. So I mostly did Korean studies, and while doing that, I kind of like realized that there is much more to Korea than just K-pop or K-dramas. There is a lot to culture, even politics, like how a small country can influence international relations.
I was interested in Samsung, so that was one of my motivations to search for the scholarships in Korea. Korea is known for its technology, mostly related to electricals and electronics and computer science. So that's how I searched for fully funded scholarships in Korea, and then I found KJSP. So I've applied for a scholarship.
Ratio of the research and development budget to the GDP is the highest in Korea, and they're in the top 5 countries which spend the maximum amount of money on research. That was my motivation to choose physics.
Now you all managed to come to Korea, but when you broke this news to your family members, like, okay, mom and dad, I'm going to Korea, how did your parents react to this?
My mom, like, I told her I got the scholarship, and first thing she did, she started crying. She's like,
Out of
you're gonna
happiness
go
or-
away. She's like, you're gonna go away.
Ah, okay, she was
You're
sad
You're
to
gonna
see
go
that.
away to a
Okay.
different country. Yeah. But then they were really supportive. They were really happy that I got the scholarship we get from the government is amazing. So my parents were really happy and supportive of it.
My heart was set on it. It's a good opportunity. They are like, it's a scholarship. It's like I'm getting global PhD degree. Plus it's in life science, and like, sorry to say, but India does not support research as much as Korea does.
True.
When I got this scholarship, my mother was completely against me because she wanted me not to leave, because I had the option of staying in India, and she didn't want to leave, but she knew that whatever I was doing after high school, it paid off for me, for my career.
What's your future plan? You would finish your study and you plan to stay here, or do you go back to India?
I studied from public school, public college. Now I'm on government scholarship, so I want to contribute for society.
I do want to work here and see how it's working for me. So long-term plans.
Long-term plans.
If my research goes on and I want to continue to study, I will do my PhD here, else I'll look for a job.
Okay. And if you find a good job in Korea, you might be pursuing
Yes,
depends
like
how.
Samsung or Kia.
Yeah, I've been here for like 2 years now. So it's kind of like home for me. If nothing else works out, I always have Korea. Korea is always like an option.
I do plan to apply again for the KGSP for masters, but I am not sure what I'm going to do, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to stay here for a little bit longer.
You want to be here for as long as possible
yes.
and do something
Yes.
active here. Do you have a specific secret of winning this scholarship?
Initially, it's really important that you fulfill the requirements. Your grade is important, and if you are really into extracurriculars, that helps a lot. But I would say like the groundbreaking thing is the interview, right? And if you just like be yourself, they don't want someone who's just academically really focused or out of the ordinary. They want someone who's just curious
Okay.
to be here and willing to learn.
Any advice to say like you should prepare like certain exams or anything?
Okay, about the exams, the only thing that was difficult for me was a proposal.
Okay.
So since I came for PhD, so having a good proposal is very crucial. And second thing, Korean government is giving you the scholarship, right? Why would they sponsor your research? Why
Yep.
would they give you the chance to do it? You should have that aim or an answer to the question, this is why I want to do it and this is why I want to do it in Korea. How is your research going to benefit the government or benefit the relation between the two countries?
So the primary resources for me to study about Korea would be very strong over here, rather than being in India. And then and third, maybe the thing is that you have to have the extra activities. If you have done, it shows that you are not only a bookworm.
Yeah.
You are outside, your life is outside book as well. So that kind of favors you. So internships, presenting papers outside kind of helps you.
Okay.
You should have enough knowledge about their own major, what they really want to do research in, because that reflects a lot in your SOP or your personal statement. And it also should not be very emotionally driven. It should be as professional as you can make it. So that's what I use.
Balance
to
of both, I guess.
Yes.
What was the most difficult question, something you recall which you had in your interview?
Not the most difficult question, but something out of nowhere they asked me was, do you know when the Korean War happened? Like they started
they
asking.
asked you when,
Yeah.
So what was the answer? When did the
1950, I knew that.
Okay.
Thankfully, I knew that. But like, it was out of nowhere because we were talking about my personal life, and out of nowhere, they just go like, so when did the Korean War happen?
Okay.
You need to do a bit of research.
Korean independence
Yeah.
and the war and
Obviously, you're going to that country, so you need to know something about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I would say like your personal statement matters a lot. Like that's your essay, and that's basically you selling yourself to the interview.
Okay.
First thing, why Korea?
Why Korea?
Like exactly, you have to convince them to choose you out of those 300 or 400 people that came that day for the
Yeah.
interview, to send you out of in those selected numbers. So you have to prove it to them that why you deserve to be here on the
Okay.
scholarship. So again, like she said, personal statement matters. Second thing, they said, do you know anybody? And I'm like, no.
Oh, they asked me a question
Yeah.
like, do you know anybody in
Exactly.
Korea?
Honestly, I had no idea of any person or anybody from the scholarship. Do you know any professor there? I'm like, no. Do you know anyone who told you about this? I'm like, no. Will you be able to survive? And I'm like, I think so. Don't be dumb like me. Please try to reach out people on Facebook.
Okay.
Try to reach out people on Instagram. These days, Instagram is going very strong. So people help if you ask. Anybody who is living here in KGSP, like you can find all the list of the students, KGSP previous students on websites. And
Yeah.
Embassy provides, give them contacts on the homepage. It's so much better if you have at least one person you know who's there.
Are you flexible enough, like in case in future when you come and you have a supervisor and you guys didn't match up on the same thing, maybe you have to change your proposal or a bit of your subject in some other way? Would you be comfortable going outside the Korean peninsula that you're working on? Would you be able to work on the Middle East or the European Union? So I was like, I wanted to scholarship. I was like, yeah, I will. So I can. So I had to tell him. I was like, okay, fair enough.
First they check my Korean level, and after that mostly question was related to my major.
So when they check your Korean level, what kind of questions they ask?
Just this is Chagis okay, and just they asked
like
something about Korea in Korean, and the most difficult question was that they asked me, we are offering lots of major, but why you choose Korean literature? Then I was blank for a moment. I don't have any answer. Then I said that I didn't choose literature. Literature chose me. There was no decision from my side. I just said that quote and I explained that.
What I could get is like you should have a very strong proposal, like you said, a very strong reason, and if you have a certain idea of the Korean language, that's very very helpful. Like you said, like how to introduce yourself. That's a great tip if you can pass the topic test and get a certain level 3 onwards. You can definitely make a strong case to get your scholarship approval. You can get this information on the topic website, which is www.topic.go.kr, or you can also search for the Korean Culture Center in India through their website, india.korean/culture.org. Find more information how to learn Korean language before your interview, which will be very very helpful. Right now we are sitting and we are thinking like we are sharing our experience. I'm sure there are so many students in future who might be able to know about this program and might look upon you as inspiration, and that will be great actually. So thank you very much.